terms of ability just to farm the map.
I mean, this Ember's about to have Maelstrom to go with the broom handle. The Magnus is going to go for a Blink Dagger so they can just, like, win any team fight. Like, they're looking for that, like, okay, the only fights are going to be very spread out. So the only thing we really need is the Empower. Ember's going to jump in first. He's going to create some chaos. Then my Mag's going to see a good opportunity. He's going to Blink, Empower. We're going to call down, Fade, Bolt. They're all dead.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
How do you break that up as Fnatic? You need pipes, which they're not close to. You need mechs, which they're not close to. Or you need to be really, really, really tanky, which they kind of are. 1500 HP on the Necro, 1400 on the Viper, but they're equally as tanky on the Gyro and the Magnus.
The spyglass at hand.
Now they do have that defusal on Naga. Point for her where she starts to feel a lot more like a core.
Radiant just smothered their own middle tower.
She can feel really strong as long as your teammates hit their control spells.
EJ, ooh, he's got an Iron Talon.
Silence.
Initiation now on the Fade. Coil comes out from the jab. Nice RP from John. Destroyed the jabs. 24 Savage gets deleted. Fnatic thinking they were kind of strong here. I don't know how well this one's going to go. Moon gets poked back in by Chuan. Out comes the Static Storm. Ice does find that kill onto the Magnus. Ice charging forward, looking for the cleanup. Dual Scepters there. They find this kill onto Fade. Missed Coil, helps picking back up. Now S-Triple-C's here. Ice might be out of gas. And indeed he is. Other side, they're looking to clip him. There's a raptor on the hill.
Double kill.
Disaster for Fnatic, and of course they were the aggressors there.
Yeah, I think they're feeling a little pressured on, like, if this stays super passive, they're going to run into trouble. So they go for an aggressive movement like that, but best target to initiate on, just instantly blowing up the Naga Siren like that. We talked about how, like, usually you need someone else to jump in first. Like, Mag doesn't want to be that first initiator, but he saw the perfect moment. He saw, like, okay, I have the Naga. That's really all I need, because if I RP someone else, the Naga can just sing, break up our play. But initiating onto the Naga Siren is going to make sure that there's really no good options there from the side of Fnatic.
I mean, that was just great burst. Naga did 150 damage in that team fight. Just deleted.
Oh, we got double Van Braces at the same time here.
Illusion.
So Naga already had the double Wraith Band, so she just picked it up and instantly got the Van Brace agility. Not too bad, not great, not bad. I feel like the strength one's a lot better, but whatever. If you already have the Wraith Bands, and I don't think, yeah, none of our heroes would be stacking braces anyway, so it was going to be an agi one this game anyway.
11-2. This gold lead is starting to mount, Trent. Now a smoke from Aster. This is that point where they can afford to play a little more aggressive. KB up on Gyro. It is time. Blink Dagger on Magnus.
Not smoked as the Mag.
Jab's gonna get caught again. Gets the orb off this time, but a lot of damage.
Well, that is a position 5 popping the smoke, at the very least. You can say that, but instantly into the tower, starting that damage on. They're hunting for more. They're looking around. They're also farming up Ancients at the same time. So very efficient plays here. As XSS is looking to set up down bottom and just say that, like, I'm not gonna let you get this tower for free. Like, we're showing mid, we're showing up in that top lane. Like, we're not gonna let you guys find this good play. Oh wow, they don't know they're here though. He's in it too. He had a ward. He didn't know they were there.
Just thought that they could turn it. Fade's gonna go down next, but Ice getting low. S-Triple-C not gonna pursue, but Juan is backing him up.
Oh,
Ice trying to fade things out a little bit. They did an RPG. Green Coil comes down, but Moon is done for. Now the focus here, and they should be able to sustain. 23 Savage rejoins the party as he TP's in. Necro close in trouble. Ice he's gonna go down. Sight not enough for the kill. Now Puck gets off the orb. S-Triple-C might be able to turn it, and he kills him. Oh, jabs, no.
I like that play. I would go for that. That's worth trying. Like, you didn't know how much he'd regen. If you can get that kill, that would have been absolutely humongous for the Puck. That was a worth.
Yep.
But
I suppose.
Yeah, he thought that if I instant TP in and get the double Static Storm and the that kinetic field, this is going to be worth it. But that was a gyrocopter who has a BKB already too. And the Naga coming through just a bit too late. It's so hard to get enough heroes there in time in a situation like that.
16 to
A gift
4.
from the tempest of battle.
Gold lead is something, but that experience lead now 7,500.
And when they get the triple
Double
BKBs
damage empowers me.
the fights are unplayable for Fnatic for quite a while. Because you're never going to get Ags on this puck. The Ags on the Disruptor would be your only hope, but he's still working towards the Yules. So this is quickly becoming a all-in on Naga
Dire
game.
are scanning for enemies.
As if it wasn't already, I suppose. But
I mean, 23 Savage is still #1 on net worth, but I don't know at what point Naga feels scary. We could keep saying, yeah, he's farming well for the next 10 minutes.
Even
while Aster continues to pick him apart.
let's say he gets Heart. Heart is usually good enough to sustain your illusions, but he's fighting versus Empower, he's fighting versus Sleight of Fist, he's fighting versus Flat Cannon, and he's fighting versus Fade Bolt.
And Call Down.
And, yeah, call down for that. Like, these illusions are just going to dissipate.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if the heart's enough, though you still kind of have to buy it. Bloodthorn is on the horizon at some point, but
Dude, this Ember was
long
a
ways
sick
away.
pick. Like, making this offlane Ember work, that was really well done.
they got the right lane matchups.
Yeah,
Kind
it's
of as
true.
we mentioned, the Necro, I mean, Ice has played it well.
I mean, he's gotten
He's been involved.
the kill, right?
Little.
With the sight.
Yeah. He almost got one in the last fight, but he fake get caught down bottom.
Yeah, he got netted. He's just dead.
But the Necro just doesn't feel that scary of a hero in general. It feels like a very manageable threat. He kind of sustains in these fights, but once he runs out of cooldowns, they just
Oh, jabs. Nice. Oh, quick reactions. That was nice. Deep vision. Damn, that was good. Jabs, of course. Oh, never mind. He did have vision. Okay. That dire ward saw across. So that was a little too fast to not have a ward.
Disruptor actually cancels the Yules. Says, you know what, boys? Straight Aghanims. Let's go.
Oh, that's good. They definitely need that. They need the eggs. It's the only way. He probably saw the fact that the mag was buying one too.
They're trying to bring down
I
Radiant's
mean,
top
he would
tower.
assume. I don't know what else he would buy, but Embers is nearly done.
BKBs are coming.
Jabs in himself. Coil snapping capabilities now. The Force Staff, the big brain.
Party on.
Huge position 5 puck plays. Who does he... I guess silencing the ABBA is like kind of okay. 3.5 seconds where he can't help, but it's pretty weak. Fade is really tanky this one. He has 1730 HP. He's way too tanky for an under-level puck to deal with. I don't really see... Puck is basically just a coil right now.
Yeah. Coil and Force.
Yeah, and he just hopes that people waste up on it.
Killing spree!
Okay.
Well, that part has been
wasted.
consistent.
They're trying to bring down Radiant's top tower.
Spells used. Checkbox there.
Hey, he popped another smoke. Again, if that was another hero, we'd be like, oh, okay, that's fine. So, it's easy to be hard because it's like a puck, so you're expecting it to do more things. But it is still the 5. It did just pocket pull 5-man smoke. If Aster finds 2 or 3 heroes, they're going to die just as fast. So it is still a good thing that they're dying like that. So.
Fortification.
Still
The
have reactions.
structures are fortified.
Aster ready for a full-on team fight. Fnatic are like,
Radiant's top
not today.
tower
We're
is
happy
on the
just to
rocks.
split these side lanes and push them out.
Tower.
I don't think Aster should go higher. I think he should go back to
Middle
road.
tower just got
We're
knocked
still
down.
tier 1 down bottom.
Really tight,
No
Hunter.
need to rush up high ground. Get this round of bounties. They are actually going to lose both outposts, though. Both will go the way of Fnatic, so they find a win here.
No, but it's only
Oh, it's 25 minutes. Oh, I hate that. I still get baited. My
I
bad.
know. I hear you.
This patch has been a roller coaster trend.
Has it ever?
My poor memory.
It's that Colorado life.
I like it. I do think we found a much better balance of objectives. It was a little overwhelming.
It was too
at
much.
first.
It was definitely too much. I'm happy it's just a bounty room. Like, if you're there, good. If you're not, at least you didn't cost your team a bunch. Ooh, the Paladin sword.
Dyer's turn to pick.
Into the drow.
And sometimes a lot of the times you honestly should just draft for yourself, not about the other
Radiant's
team,
turn
right? Like
to
sometimes
pick.
obviously if it's a gigantic counter you want to, but focus on your team.
And they've got that combo.
They got the Venge.
The Drow Venge. Again, even though we saw it lose a game earlier, I still think this is one of the strongest duos in the meta. And you've got to have an answer to it. You have to have that gap closed. Sure, you know, with the task and with the Bloodseeker, you do have ways to get on top of the Drow, but now there's the threat of that save.
10
Also the
seconds.
Abandoned Disruptor, right? There's going to be shields thrown out, and Disruptor will be quick
5
to
seconds
capitalize on
remaining.
you collapsing onto this one hero with the static.
Tinker's literally just blaring for me
It
for
is.
some reason, because it's like they've got Beastmaster for the setup for the Tinker plays, the Ember's banned, the Zeus is banned. If they ban Storm,
Storm kinetic field, which can make
Dire
things
get
very
a
hard
ban.
for you to keep the fight going on it.
Beastmaster.
I like this.
dude, I'm thinking more Tinker. It's like, it's probably gonna be it, but that'd be weird because we don't. Did we see any? Did you guys get? Did we actually
Any
get to see
Tinker?
any? Yeah.
I don't think there was any Tinker at the moment.
10
Ma-
seconds.
There was
Maybe
one at
there's
the
one
summit,
game.
but not that. I don't
I don't think there was even
What
one
did we
game
get
at the
at
moment.
Bukovel?
5
Was there
seconds
even?
That's what I'm saying.
remaining.
I don't think there was even one game.
There
And
wasn't even one,
Bukovel, there
right?
was no Tinker.
No.
There was
not.
like one or
Here's
two
the
at the summit. It's
Radiant
been a bit.
ban.
It looks like they're setting up. They're probably not gonna pick it because it stands out so much, but
Yeah.
Chaos though. They need. They don't have any. Actually, their front line's okay, right? They have Snake. They have the Abaddon. Sorry.
I do. We didn't even talk much about that. I'm surprised Bloodseeker. This is the first time we saw it. The last series they didn't really. This is. I think it might actually be on Dota, but for whatever, the most popular
10
carry hero currently in
seconds.
pubs.
Oh, okay.
Like he is the most
Does
picked
good win
carry
rate?
hero. Yeah, he
Yeah.
does. Even in pro
5
games, like,
seconds
right,
remaining.
he's just so fast. And Kyle always talks about it. The timings in this patch right now feel so important. And Bloodseekers are just obvious. You just go, you get like your one item, you just run at people, and as Fox said, if you have this Tinker or Terrorblade, all of a sudden there's so much space for him because Bloodseeker does so much with so little. Like one of the heroes that really is like that.
He
Early
also
game,
just,
early
yeah.
game at least.
He also he's always able to fight.
Radiant's
That's my thing
turn
I
to
like about it.
pick.
And Bloodbright is awesome. You secure the range.
Dyer's turn to pick.
Wind Ranger at your service.
Chris Luck Wind
Interesting.
Ranger. Hell yeah.
Neat. So they banned out the SF too. They banned out all the mid heroes that I guess would have given them some concerns. I guess they were just addressing the mid player instead of like a hero that they specifically wanted.
Because, yeah, a lot of SF, and that hero's been getting more popular. You've seen the right-click build and still the spell damage build.
Yeah, especially with Drow and Venge. Too.
10
It's like,
You would beat some
seconds.
ass, yeah.
yeah. Wind Ranger pick though.
5
I'm not
seconds.
even- I said,
What'll
ooh, like
it
I liked it.
be?
And I'm looking at him like, do I?
I'm never really a fan
I
of
don't
the
know
Wind
about
Ranger,
it, yeah.
but unless it's sort of Nigma and Weehar playing it. I think it's
Really good with tag team. That's the one
true.
thing. It's actually
Yeah.
so sick with tag team with
Yeah,
Focus
but are
Fire.
you,
But it's like
are
every,
you winning a game on that
you know what I mean?
interaction
Exactly.
alone?
Exactly.
That,
Sure.
is
Well,
it
it's
really
also, he's
worth
gotta be
forcing
mid,
it?
right?
Yeah, it's Chris
It will
Luck.
be
Yeah, it's
Chris
Wind
Luck.
Ranger mid.
Yes.
And it's going to be Storm too. Anyway. I figured it was going to be probably Storm anyway in this one.
What?
But
Conga!
Storm's nice because you've got the Abaddon in play, right? What's going to catch you? It's going to be what, Raw or the Pull or the Shackle. Three things that Abaddon could quite easily save you from. You've also got the Venge. So you have two ways of being saved. You're going to farm. You're going to be able to step back into the jungle. Are they going to be able to invade your area of the map? I don't think so.
Who are you taking out?
I like.
Who are you taking?
I'm taking Chaos. Got a feeling Chaos is going to have an easy game. They got Drow Venge. It's going to be easy.
I like Venture. I love Disruptor as well. I'm sticking with them too.
Chaos, chaos.
Chaos.
Chaos, chaos, chaos! Real like chaos.
But Chris Luck will go godlike.
Ooh, that's an interesting side note there
10
from
seconds.
another than Grand. All right, guys. Don't forget, once the game starts, you can
5
vote for your MVP,
seconds remaining.
and we're going to leave you in the capable hands of Captain Kyle.
What?
You blew it! Looking for me?
You're not going anywhere.
No blood for you.
You're not going anywhere.
That's more like it.
Watch your step. It's 6 feet down. Can't kill the dead.
That's right, lots of fun. And last, Beast Coast and Chaos, are we going to have lots of fun in this series between the two of them? We'll have to see, as we've got a little bit of pause on our hands as we're going to catch up our panel, all going the way of Chaos and against Beast Coast, against the 100% win rate Wind Ranger from the We Play Minor, Kyle.
It is only 100% win because WeHop played it constantly.
True. I think only 2 teams played Wind Ranger at the minor. And most of them were Enigma.
Yeah.
One other team played it. I can't remember who.
Neither can I. It's just not a high enough power level in this game, I feel. You look at all 3 cores, in fact, really the whole team is just single target. You're playing against a Drow lineup and an Abaddon, who's arguably like the hero that would counteract single target damage. Your big win condition is just Wind Ranger, I think, going off from the laning phase, because there's not really any natural synergy with the Beastmaster either. I really like Beast with some sort of tower sieging core. You know, the Lone Druids, Terrorblade, something that actually like straight up wins the game for you. Doesn't help the Wind Ranger that much at all.
It is a little crazy to me that they're like, Abaddon and Venge were picked up pretty early. Abaddon in the first phase, Venge was 3rd pick, I believe. And it's like, we're going to draft a bunch of single target against that.
Yeah.
I mean, Bloodseeker counters Venge, sure, because, you know, swap
battle.
just kind of kills the person who's ruptured. But still, like, overall, this is going to be difficult, I would say, for Beast Coast. But it is a fast-paced lineup.
It's also interesting how certain mechanics, like Tusk used to be like the hero you thought of as save. The problem nowadays is that because heroes have such high like HP pools, everyone's already naturally tanky, so it's building that pool even higher and giving auras.
Build and build and build. There's also the snowball nerf, right? It was the duration.
Yeah, and you
decreased
can't,
on
you used to be
the
able to do
snowball.
it.
Interesting.
Man, are they actually gonna win this game? I really thought things looked good for Acid. But they...
I think things...
Counted as a win. Yeah, Quinn's gonna be just fine now, already with the bottle.
Wonder what his sponsor tag means. Tree number 4.
I have a couple guesses.
Yeah, well, what would your number 1 guess be?
Oh, well, he probably likes trees, and maybe he's got a favorite one.
Like tree number 4 is his favorite tree?
Yeah, like whatever, his favorite species, strain, whatever.
Okay. You don't think it has anything to do with Dream Protector being spammed in his pubs? Because I feel
Radiant's
like Quinn is more
middle tower is
likely
under attack.
That's true.
write an angry
Dire's
sponsor
middle
tag
tower is
because
under
of that.
attack.
Hector. Holmes getting up the sacks here, but MSS going for the courier kill.
drowned
Will
in
he get it? And he'll trade away his life to be able to kill that courier.
Is that worth, Cap?
Oh, I don't think so, especially if SVG, he's getting quite low in the top lane, which is going to be a Bloodseeker. It's going to be running super fast at bottom. And, okay, there is going to be that kill on SVG. And K1 Hector not able to chase down DEM, and Stinger actually just a little bit too far ahead of himself, but a swift TP. Really fast reactions by him, and no level 3 for MSS, so he couldn't do anything to stop it. No glimpse leveled up yet.
Yep. Both teams making the best of their drafts. I think this is what Beast Coast had to do to have a chance in this game. You got to win the lanes. Tusk has to get involved.
Wait some more.
And because you just don't have answers for Storm. That's your big problem here. So you're going to have to look to end this game quickly so that Wind Ranger can stay an item ahead and always be able to threaten Quinn throughout the game. And, obviously, Bloodseeker, especially when K1's playing at one of the fastest tempo carries in Dota right now. It's just like the panel I think Grant was mentioning.
It's a little awkward because they don't even necessarily have, their cores can't even itemize that well against Storm, right? At best, Wind Ranger could get an Orchid, but you know, like your offlaner is a natural like Rod of 8 post builder or something like that.
It just also gets so hard for them to team fight into the mid game. Chaos have so many tools to utilize. You've got the shield, you've got swap, you don't have any catch problems because you have a Storm Disruptor combo, and you're going to scale. You've got a Drow. You look at the side of Beast Coast, it's effectively just all in, kill somebody, then go for the next guy. There's no save, there's no die, there's just go.
Yeah, they are going to be able to get on top of you. Are here, you are turning around with a multi-shot, doing so much damage. But Lelis will manage to barely stay alive long enough to be part of the experience for the UR kill. Trading off course, though, back over to bottom lane. DM does manage to chase down Stinger and teleports away before Hector could make all of those thirst stacks to good use. Still top CS. Quinn really killing it in this mid lane.
Yeah, I think he got the 4-minute rune, which helped him out a lot. Now he's going to get pressure to retaliate. This is the Storm versus Wind Ranger. You just zip away. The laning phase can be difficult, but we love playing against this hero.
Another kill on Uwara. I think he teleported back too.
Yeah, he did.
So he's going to have to do the walk of shame up to the top lane. He may even just go straight to the jungle from here on out because it's looking like this lane is beginning to be a bit too tough. DM pulled back into the Blood Right to make sure he's silenced up. Still no level 6, so he will easily be chased down. Not even the kill over to Hector, though. He was able to claim it, which means he doesn't get the heal, but maybe he can still get MSS here. As long as he gets his kill, he'll heal up over the Thunderstrike, and hopefully we'll be fine. That last Thunderstrike of the tower shot is barely going to be enough. MSS does manage to get the kill. Top lane being run over as SVG dies, and now Raw Ranger is going to run back into lane, but MSS, they see him thanks to a hawk behind the tower. They're immediately going to roll him up. The multi-shot is going to come in, manage to get the kill on his Schofield. Kinetic field, not enough to be able to block out Lelis, but he will die as the full tri-lane rotation from Chaos does punish their overextension.
Yeah, I really like the way they're playing this though on Beast Coast. We discussed it, no Whisper, having to use Lelis for this tournament. You've got him on a style of play that I think complements what they're going to need to do to change up their strategies based on this new player, in the sense that it's a supporting role. Typically you'd have Whisper on a playmaker. It was like a third core. Now you're just trying to ensure that K1 and CRISOL have an excellent game, and if they get ahead, they certainly could. I like the way they're playing aggressive in the lanes. This is that aggression they've been noticed. Well, really what they showed the world at TI. This relentless pressure they were able to put out on the map. Typically with heroes like...
Thought maybe pulling your creep way would finally get it to him, but Chris Luck with a swift rotation manages to punish that. I really feel like Beast Coast takes the
Bloodseeker and Sludge, in this case with it.
DM, man, he just wants his level 6. But he's not going to be able to get a advantage of the we have a Bloodseeker. Bring people below 75%. You know?
That's the idea.
Just get those thirst charges. I think they're the best team at being able to
abused that.
Yeah, that's the Quinn just found an arcane ring casually while neutraling. That's got to be the dream.
That's pretty sweet. But at the same time, K1 Hector found a broom hand.
Dire's career has been
Nasty. Schofield does have a snowball. It's gonna dodge. Magic missile and actually goes to SVG and blocks him in. Now he can't actually pursue. The multi-shots are coming in as well. He's gonna be swapped back while the Storm jumps over to kill the Lich. So they're gonna be able to get both supports off of this.
double kill.
More importantly, Quinn gets both last hits.
Whining
Really
now.
nice. He jumps all the way up to the top net worth spot on his team.
And
Really
the
well
boys
done.
are going to hit the showers at the same time.
Yeah.
So super efficient. All three of them
Dire's
can stay on
bottom
the map.
tower
That's
won't
no doubt
last
to me. I
long.
love it. And this is even more important because DM is able to just sit mid uncontested, finally get those levels you've been asking him for.
Dire's
Hit
bottom
six
tower
eventually, but
is
bottom, a lot
about
of
to
space
flounder.
for Hector on the Bloodseeker. Already with 3 levels up on DM, but he will hit 6 with that wave. And more importantly, this is that little bit of time middle takes the hero from absolutely garbage to all of a sudden you have the power to actually stand in the lane. You'll still lose the CS trade, but all of a sudden you can get 30-40% out of a lane instead of nothing.
SVG, this is going to be big smoke ink if they could get him, but Hector. Oh, he's still actually going to swap. The Rupture's going to go down on DM, but the Storm Spirit getting on top of the Bloodseeker. Actually gets Shackle shotted up. Chris Luck may have just saved his life. Quinn not able to get that kill, and Chris Luck
under attack.
managed to get the turnaround on SVG. What a massive rotation there. And Lelis managed to take the top tower at the same time. Yawar dies inside the jungle from the support combo.
Damn.
The two frosty boys of Tusk and Lich managed to find a Drow Ranger who already had a bad laning phase, was forced to go jungle, and has now been shut down even further.
I'm shocked we haven't seen this style of play against Drows in the past. Like, you just run at her. This was the weakness. I know that the arrow shooting is made the hero better at lane, just coming from behind, defending objectives, but just run at the Drow. And there, right, you have Lich Tusk, just find him in the jungle, take him down. There's no real play for the Drow Ranger. If you don't see her in a lane, she's in the jungle somewhere. And these two supports will be able to kill him no problem with the added help of birds to provide vision. Now Lelis coming bottom, has Roar available.
See if they can actually get the stacks up, DM. Oh, Quinn, low on mana here. Completely out of mana.
For enemy.
What?
Not sure what the game plan was here, Kyle.
I don't know if Quinn knew what the game plan was there. But I do hope he's able to remain cool, calm, and collected after what I have to imagine was just a misstep. Maybe didn't see Lelis there, and then just didn't have the mana to zip away out of roar range. But yeah, so far so good for Beast Coast. 11 minutes in, 5K gold. And this is, you know, we've talked about this in the past. You can have a mid-game, you can have team fight all you want, but when you lose 3 lanes, and then you start to bleed towers, it doesn't matter what your draft advantage is, especially, you look at this. Oh wait, that's the wrong game. I was like, oh my god, they're doing Roche too?
For reference,
No,
Kyle is turning around and watching the 4 screens so we can keep a closer eye on the game.
No, it's because I'm blind.
Yeah. You want to be as close to the screen as possible. Wind Ranger going to be pulled back up the static storm, though. Without the wind load, so not much DM could do, but they are going to be able to swap Schofield in. Chain around doing a little bit of damage, not much, not enough for Beast Coast to be able to recommit to this fight. They're just going to let Schofield bleed out here, but the swap back in onto Chris Luck almost offers an opportunity here, but no, whoa, Schofield's going to buy back a TP in. They think they can actually take this one up. The Shards not going to be able to block in SVG, so that's going to be a buyback for naught.
Interesting. Don't know if I buy that one, but I don't mind it. It's relatively cheap this early in the game.
Yeah.
I think that a lot of players could utilize their buybacks earlier on now that there's no penalty.
Oh, I agree. More supports than cores need to buy back in the first 15 minutes. Yeah. You get 1 kill, it's worth it.
It's just funny, right? Because it feels like there's a moment in the game, usually around Roche, where even as like analysts or viewers, right, we know, okay, buybacks are going to play a role in this fight, and a support dies, immediately it's back in the action. But why don't we have that same idea at 12 minutes, at 15 minutes, around like say an outpost fight, because they're even more effective at that time. It's easier to teleport to you. Tier 1s are still up there.
Dire's top tower is about to take the blood.
Anybody's game. We discussed it. Chaos certainly will have the better team fight as this game continues. Beast Coast primarily need to play for skirmishes, 3-on-2s, 2-on-1s all around the map. Don't take big engagements, but rather pick off Chaos's heroes. Slowly accept objectives as Chaos leave the vicinity, and then have that critical advantage that hopefully can get him the W.
with the Drow Rangers we've been seeing lately, today, we see these early rotations. Unfortunately, War's laning phase went poor enough, and then they couldn't actually rotate to bottom because that was also a lost lane. So now we could talk about the Drow Ranger, what we've been kind of used to. Lose lane, go jungle. But Beast Coast are taking so much jungle away from you. Nice snowball dodge on the magic missile, and the immediate ice shot rocket as well. Smooth moves by Schofield, enough to be able to get the kill here to send back up the glimpse on a Chris Luck, but they do manage to get a nice shackle shot before he's gone. The Chain Frost out. Stinger just hoping to get as much damage on Quinn as possible, maybe thinking this is a bigger opportunity than actually is for Quinn. It's actually low enough on mana that maybe a snowball. Oh, the multi-shot comes in. He's actually going to snowball onto Quinn here. Ice Shark brought him in, but the two-man silence immediately makes these two heroes ineffective enough they can have to back up. Especially gets a three-man, but a glimpse back in. Oh, Schofield went from smooth moves into getting a pick-off and eventual spirit to overextend both himself and getting K1 Hector kill.
This is where the Beastmaster comes in, though. Cappy's going to force the glyph top of just the Necro and the TP from DM. Yes, it goes poorly for Beast Coast, but they don't actually lose any of their gold advantage because there's so many creeps being farmed around the map. There was really just, that was a two-man rotate. Yeah, you lose two, but you'll survive. I like the play from Chaos, though, of course. Collecting a kill. They even killed the tower down bottom. And we saw this in the first series as well with the Drow Ranger, although of course Paparazzi was very far ahead. Here you are behind, but still get involved. Nice TP rotate.
Any port in a storm.
15 minutes. Counting runes. We'll have a fight.
They're going to be back once again. Saw that region in the world, but the extremely powerful combination of catch between Storm and Disruptor is still tough to beat. Chris Luck barely able to get that, and the ice shot block in, and got here as well.
Better luck next
the
time.
Tusk tag team plus Wind Ranger Ultimate's actually a pretty considerable amount of damage. You'll have lockdown to kill somebody effectively.
Oh, they spotted him. Enough for DM. Closed in by the snowball. They're going to save the Walrus Punch. Well, they're actually going to pop it now because they still have Shackle Shot. So no opportunity for DM to easily be able to teleport out, especially since it's still on cooldown. Up now, but again, no Aphotic Shield away into the trees. Can he actually somehow juke this out to give himself enough distance? That was slow.
This is how you got to keep playing as Beast Coast. Just one kill at least every minute. But more importantly, look around the map, right? Kektor pushed in bottom, now in the jungle. You've got a couple heroes sitting mid, two heroes hunting top. That's how you got to play it. You can even see if they land a roar, you can maybe even be able to find a kill there with your Lich behind. Dragon Scale.
Well, you'll take Dragon Scale, even if you didn't want that Nether Shawl so much.
Just leave it on the ground.
Yeah. Screw that item. Beast Coast.
Dire have the spike.
In order to keep up the tempo, it's one of those things. Pushing tier 2s is always a little bit difficult, so an easier objective on the map anyway is Roshan, but you're fighting into a lineup that takes advantage of that high ground area very nicely.
You have like 3 different heroes that can reach the pit from that high ground with their spells, the Drow, and the Storm most. The Venge W could work. You've got Disruptor. Like 50%. What the Fatal Funnel? Yeah, Chaos is not a team you want to walk through a concentrated area towards. It will not work well for you. You need to find a vision advantage and have some sort of pincered initiation, because you don't really have the ability to just start a fight as Beast Coast, with the exception of like a Roar or your Tusk. And those heroes can't just walk through vision to find openings, especially against heroes such as Storm. Yeah, this game only gets harder for them. I know the net worth's favoring Beast Coast, but I'd still say this game is probably Chaos favored, because it really just takes that one fight in the mid-game for things to turn.
At the same time, though, Beast Coast's lineup has not hit their largest power spike, right? So we're still going to see that like when they get BKB, that's going to be the real determining moment for Beast Coast, and whether or not they could just completely run over Chaos and try and end the game. From there on out, right, they're just going to kind of bleeding away their advantage bit by bit until eventually Chaos will
reign supreme.
Reign supreme with a Storm Drow Ranger, and that is a tough high ground to push into. So a long shopping list that Beast Coast needs to accomplish. They need to win a fight here, take that Roshan, win another fight, get tier 2s, take all the tier 2s, get the second Roshan, go high ground, and don't lose that high ground against Storm Drow Ranger. It's a long list, and they haven't even really done the first couple of errands.
I like the way they've played this, though, where they're looking to make moves behind the vision of Lelis. They're kind of collapsing this jungle of Chaos to steal some camps while the rest
for a moment here. Enough for Schofield to be able to get back to the high ground. Thunderstrike will manage to finish him off, though. There is that rupture on Quinn, but fortunately he's got to the team is still farming efficiently. Every once in a while, though, Chaos will pop out, see if they can punish Beast. Close for being a little bit too greedy. Snowball's got DM to help him out with a little bit of heal. And once again, K1 Hector not really coming to these fights because, again, he wants to hit.
You'll be able to find that catch on somebody, and then Hector can just run forwards undisputed. Problem is, you're playing against a Batten. You can immediately be shielded off if DM's in the area. There's always the swap potential. It's just a very difficult game to fight if Chaos are prepared.
That BKB timing.
Yep. And that's when it's go time. You'll have on Beastmaster, BKB on Hector. That's where their initiation troubles disappear.
BEASTCOAST is pretty interesting. I think part of the reason that K1 Hector does manage to get such high numbers is that he maintains, for better or for worse, he maintains that idea of like, I'm going to keep farming until I hit my powers. Yeah. Other Bloodseekers, like, guaranteed would have tried to come to these fights, like, oh, guys, you know, like, let's try and get a rupture kill or something, but Hector's just like, no. This game's about my BKB.
And that's the style of this team. We saw it at TI as well, where you're playing around Hector, more so than many other teams would play around their carry. But I really find no fault in the concept of sticking to your identity. I think you're going to have much better long-term results if you play one way very well versus trying to be that jack of all trades that never really learns, you know, how to play the right way.
Dire tower is under attack.
Just the kind of the idea of being the best at one concept to go to Schofield. Jumped on once again, and Snowball
is about to take the plunge.
I think that's a Bruce Lee line. I fear not the man who has practiced 10,000 punches, but the man who's practiced one punch 10,000 times.
That is indeed a Bruce Lee line. Schofield does manage to at least buy out his Blink Dagger before he died, so that's another form of initiation that they'll have alongside the Beastmaster, which they need since Beastmaster's Roar is not the most reliable initiation against the Storm. They have very similar animations.
Oh, yeah. Some trouble.
Enemy pulled back. There is a Vengeful Spirit somewhere nearby. He still has borrowed time and everything. If they wanted to chase, it would be a really long chase. Shout out to that little mango tree, though. That is a nice little hidden spot that Chaos have not seen just yet. To the right there. The trees. Right there.
Oh.
Thank you very much, Scriff/Weapus. I'm sorry, I don't know which one is observing the game, but they're both awesome.
That is a cool.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Looking for me?
Oh, Quinn's out of mana, but there's going to be the glimpse back. Leela's actually getting closer to Quinn. Just goes for the kill. Easily going to be able to pick up this mid-kill and look for more as he's going to be chasing down MSS as well. The board does manage to slow him. There's Thunderstrike, but not much else. He's still getting Yules. Maybe he can Yules himself. He will be able to do that. They pull the red Necronomicon forward, but Schofield knocks him out with an uppercut. Still, K1 Hector's looking for more. Blocked in by the Ice Shards for a little bit of time, but he will not. Nice stun there from Schofield. Able to stop that TP away from SVG. Leela's managed to back up. Make sure he doesn't feed away any kills. Allows Hector to do his job. He's got his BKB. He's ready to go. He's ready to fight. He's ready to take some towers. And maybe they can even do some Roshan.
Yeah, this Beastmaster play has been near flawless. Almost hasn't really left this area of the map. He's had so much impact. Another core kill going down. What happened? How is Quinn? That was just the Beastmaster. How's he out of mana?
Second time that he is dying in a really questionable way. The bottom engagement and now this top one.
I just feel like if Chaos is going to play the way that they have been, you got to pick one. Either be more conservative or try to take a couple more chances. But I don't like that they're split around the map so much and bleeding kills. You're just being chased around by Beast.
They already have the Snowball out on board. Make sure nobody can actually get jumped on. They will be able to pick up the Aegis, and Quinn still has enough mana to be able to make a long zip away. Should he choose the Shackle Shot, be able to just join it last second there, DM.
What? You're living on the edge there. That's so dangerous. You know you're playing against Hawks as well.
No, you're not going to fight them. No matter what the situation is, they're rolling up into you with an Aegis.
If he takes that Shackle, he might just die. It's just no need for it.
Getting Rupture, DM, immediately going to pop his borrowed time and heal himself up a decent amount. Get a lot of damage. They're actually going to go for a kill. Quinn jumping in. The 1-2 shot does a decent amount of damage, but K1 Hector's already popped his BKB, working for the kill in the back line. They already have the event who's popped his borrowed time, and he's managed to get that kill. Stinger is going to be taken out by Quinn. Now looks for the kill on the Grizz Lunge as well. Force tap away, managed to get that, but that's just the Aegis. Chaos actually managed to get in and out enough. They're only going to lose their supports, it looks like. The buyback for SVG looks like it could be a dieback here, slowed down by the tag team, and now the follow-up from for the captain of Chaos. 3 dead. They didn't lose their Storm Spirit or their Drow Ranger, but at the same time, Beast Coast is a freight train barreling down the mid lane, looking to take tier 3s and racks.
Wow, this is not what I expected at all. I'll be completely honest. Chaos just getting one over. They lose tier 3 here.
Under pressure.
One hit.
And just back to finish off that tier 3. Let's back up and do some shrines. Not get too greedy. I like that a lot. Just continue to build up the advantage you've got. You've already used your Aegis, so it's not like you've got an advantage in fighting high ground,
under attack,
especially against a team who's so adept at it.
They look tier 1, but they have a draft and they get to a part where they can probably execute it. Because they're going to hit their top. Maybe
Dyer's top
the SVG stack, and both of them are very technical team timings. They're going to execute well, position well, and pass themselves team fight. Solid squad, but they have a weakness when their game plan just goes awry. And in this case, BEASTCOAST effectively just dumpstered them in the lanes and then started chasing them around the map. And they've yet to really make a move. I have not seen Chaos take like a positive step in this game. We're waiting for a mistake, but so far BEASTCOAST not willing to make any.
And it's kind of weird that is Drow Ranger win condition or is it Storm Spirit? I guess it's Drow, maybe with the high ground defense. It just it felt like Quinn was trying to do everything. Like he was trying to make space. It seemed like he was pressured into doing things, and he was pretty much doing them solo a lot of times. Snowball over. Once again, creating a little bit of time. Quinn trying to jump on. Does manage to get the blink away, but not enough to get away from the Storm Spirit. Very close to the exchange. Already, SVG's dead. DM forced to use borrow time nice and early. Can Chaos fight somewhere around their tier 2 with a glimpse back on a K1 Hector? That buys DM a little bit of time, yes, but the Blood Right seems to ensure he will probably die here. Look at that, one just with that focus fire. There's nothing these supports can do to stop a Wind Ranger with a BKB activated with a focus fire on somebody. The Yule Scepter does manage to allow them to get back from K1 Hector, and maybe Quinn can take advantage of this, especially with the glimpse back. But Hector, he went far too deep here. Almost dies to the next stop. Buys a little bit of space. DM with the miscoil shot. Is that quite enough? The tower shot is also not enough. He will manage to live, but Chris Luck not quite as lucky. Luck runs down. DM looks for the third one. All he has to do was chase and get vision. They get another glimpse. Beastcoast, man. You can't just die against K1 Hector. He's going to be found as well. Quinn's going to be able to pull him back to his doom. That's 4 heroes dead. You had your warning. Dive past a tier 3 against a Disruptor, Kyle.
You just don't do that, Cap. You just don't. I am praising them to the skies. You know, this TI9, you go back to it, these teams had different names, Infamous versus Newbie, but it was the same, it was the result of BEASTCOAST, now BEASTCOAST taking it. And it's because of this relentless aggression. However, their kryptonite in that tournament was the, I don't want to say lack of discipline because they're playing with discipline, but you already have the mid-tier 4 dead, or tier 3 dead. You're at bottom lane. Don't dive to the fountain almost. There's no need for it. You've already got a secure position. You make Chaos's buybacks pay off.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
And now you're losing this critical mid-tower. You look at the wards Chaos just put up. All of a sudden, they've got map control back. And now you're in a position, perhaps Chaos, you could 5v5. These BKB durations are getting lower.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
You gotta be real careful now as BEASTCOAST. You've got to have good target selection. If they rupture Wind Ranger ult in the Baden again, I don't think they're going to win that fight.
Yeah, you've given them the opportunity to be able to get outside the base and pick up tier 3 items, right?
That's a good point.
Significant power spike as well.
I always forget that. If you can actually keep people inside their base for real, they actually just don't get those items. Whereas now, you pick them all up in the blink of an eye. I do like the changes to neutral items, but I like that they're capped now at 3 per team. And the drop chance seems increased, because it felt really silly in the past where like one team would have like 4 and the other wouldn't have them yet.
Yeah.
Just because it's RNG. Do items used suitable RNG, or just is it true or random?
Radiant are
I believe
scanning
it's
for
true
enemies.
RNG, but I could be wrong. I honestly don't know.
You just guessed.
That's, I mean, it's pretty decent on one of these cores, so I don't know who's going to keep it.
I actually think you keep it on Lelis. He's probably the one with the highest attribute-based damage at this point.
Sure. He just got the level 20 talent with the 500 health.
Yeah.
I remember reading the wiki, and then, you know, there's so much mechanic information eventually goes outside your head. Titan Sliver's a Titan Sliver as well. He's incredibly tanky.
You can give it to the Bloodseeker, but I don't know if he's got the slot. And I think Beastmaster, to your point, it's more about the tankiness than the base damage.
Yeah. Mindbreaker still inside the base. Oh, Enchanted Quiver.
Yuck.
I mean, maybe a Storm Spirit could use it for his burst damage. Swap that out with the Null Talisman that you had. It's actually not terrible. Any hero that's going to be entirely reliant on burst, it's not too bad. Like, I gave it to a Tiny the other day, and it
Radiant's
felt really
bottom
nice.
tower faces a stiff wind.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
He's playing the
No, I agree. I think it's more of a support item, like a burst core or support item. I really despise seeing it on, like, you know, I've seen a Viper pick it up, and it's like, okay, it's cool, but wouldn't you rather have like anything else and some support with like a branch in that slot?
A support's gonna right-click once, maybe twice. A core, he's gonna right-click like 10 to 15 times, in which case a stat item would do a lot for you.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Stats. Still top 3 net worth and 14,000 net worth lead, but it is Chaos who are deeper and deeper on Beast Coast's side of the map. They have some actual control, and they continue to play aggressively like this. They get a quick execution, force Beast Coast all back. They immediately TP all out, clean escape by them. And that just buys them more time, right? Manage to force Beast Coast back. That gives them space to be able to push out top, farm some more. Soon, we're going to see a Disruptor with Aghanim Scepter, right? That's a significant power spike. He's just another 1,000 gold away. 900, 800, 700, 600, 500 away, Kyle.
By the way, we're selling tickets. We got 5 more tickets left. It's 4.
Nice pick out there from Quinn.
Looking for me?
Cap, you doing okay?
I'm doing great. How are you doing, Kyle?
Oh, great. You know what I'd be better off, though?
What's that?
If we sold some tickets.
That's right, Kyle.
Radiant's bottom tower faces a stiff
I was kidding,
wind.
but seriously, come say hi to us, because I need friends.
Yeah, he's certainly not finding any of this panel.
Every coin helps.
Where are we going here? Where are we going with the snowball? We're going to go on to Eventual Spirits. Oh, the Rupture, that's an important one, but Quinn has plenty of mana to work with, and he's got a Bloodstone, so he should be fine. And GG, on the other hand, is very
Dire's courier has been killed.
And the courier goes down as well. Lawless, man, this guy's everywhere. I haven't seen a group of this team that wants this game. It doesn't seem to matter. He gets 2 couriers and
he's going to be here for this kill on TM. He immediately pops to borrow time, but now you're getting roared up. You don't even need the roar. Because you've got the shard walk in from Scofield, a Tuscan master. That's what this guy is.
Yeah, it's the BKBs, man. You've got 0 BKBs on Chaos. You're not going to win a game against 3 with 0. It's just...
Okay, but Beast Coasts have no BKBs when they're Disruptor ultied with Aghanim.
That's true, but they get the BKBs off first. Who can actually engage into the fight? I don't know. Here he comes.
TM is he got grabbed by the sinister gaze. Look into my eyes. Quinn, able to jump in, barely dodges that one right. That was a little bit of close call, but they're not going to stop this bottom lane frags going down, and mid is already open up for the tier 3 they took earlier. So it's probably going to be 2 lanes with 30 seconds still down for Chaos.
They're trying to bring down Radiant's
Jumping and dancing around as he wants to, but excuse me, Beast Coast looking at Relay. They're just focused on the game right now, focused on taking objectives.
I can't imagine what this was like to play for Chaos, because I'll be honest, I've watched this entire game with no fog of war, and I'm still not sure what the hell happened. It's just like, they killed it, oh, Beast Coast, they're rolling it. And I feel like Chaos just got a little overwhelmed here, especially once the laning phase went poorly. The one downside of this bad Omni meta is that if you fall behind early game, your offlaners can't do anything to get involved. Quinn's in the jungle, Yawar had no game, so no one on Chaos was actually able to play actively. So there's no one actually looking to make things happen on the enemy side of the map, which made it easy for Beast Coast then to just run rampant. Like, they're playing in pairs and just finding pickoffs constantly. Roshan now the objective. Also note Lelis has played excellent. A lot of Beastmasters, they get their Necro 3 and they're too selfish with the usage, waiting for kill opportunities or fights. He pops it almost off cooldown to both assist with his farming and D-ward constantly with the assistance of that bird. I really like the way he's played this game.
Schofield. Body found DM out of position. Actually gets a little bit low here, but Chris Luck just going deep in here. Locks down you are almost immediately. Snowball came in, but not in time to be able to save anybody, especially with Drill Ranger and Disruptor already dead. 3 down on the side of Chaos. Now Rupture out of DM, and that's just it. GG is called. And this team is over, and it's been over for a little while, man. Beast Coast made very few errors. There's just that one really costly one.
Shout out to the whole team, really. And I feel bad. I doubted Tusk. I should know as an NA Dota player for the past 5 years, Schofield can play a Tusk. Was everywhere. His snowballs were insane. You saw them use Disruptor ult the one time they picked them off, just because he'd outplayed them so many times with snowballs into survives. Really, really great game played by Beast Coast. Just I can't even think of a strong enough adjective. A verb, rather.
They definitely
brutalized them. Bamboozled them.
You just looking for B words? You're like, you went through the A, you're like, I couldn't find any there. No. And then went down the B words. That was definitely quite the brawl from Beast Coast that they brought straight to Chaos's door, and Chaos could not stand toe-to-toe with them whatsoever. It was good luck.
Seems Beast Coast are the true lords of chaos, after all.
All right, with that, we're
really
going to
need a break. There is no break.
Or where's our panel?
Oh. I'm just kidding. There is a break, guys. We're going to throw to it now.
Radiant's middle barracks getting what they deserve.
I don't know, they kind of like killed 2 birds with 1 stone. They secured the lane for the Slark, and they also eliminated the biggest threats to the Slark at the same time. And to me, that just says, you know, your lineup had a glaring issue. If something could happen to you that would make it this lopsided, then the draft obviously has an innate problem, which is we cannot react to the trialing. Yeah, he could put them more easily and the Sand King and the little high top, I guess. Maybe that would have been the solution. And then just have the
Radiant's top tower is on the
arena was the 3, right?
No, it was the 2.
Oh, well, he was higher level and more farmed, so I thought he was the 3 for a while.
Yeah, he was not. Didn't end up mattering. HFN still living through this initiation that comes out because they do not have the levels, they do not have the farm. Does need to be careful about Mickey chasing no more E-Blade. Just gonna spider legs his way on out of there. Toss in Mickey. He turns into the Doom now, but King RD is gonna pop his BKB. Did not have a TP available, so he's just gonna have to run away. As 444 hides off in the Roche pit, and he just gets out also. Nobody dies. The only one that ended up going down was the Puck.
Oh my. So yeah, the thing that I would take away from this is we needed to adapt our lanes better.
Fight continues. That coming from him. They've got one under control. It's Nick who's going to kill off that Lich, but they will find him. HFN almost killing him off, but the regen coming in from Insania. We'll get the pushback there. That adaptive drag, the long range catch leashes him, and now the stuns come out as well. But the relocate gets him away. And God, this has got to be like HFN's 4th DD
Radiant's
or something.
middle tower can't handle this
yeah, he was always double damage. Impressive, actually.
Holy shit!
This guy's essence shift right now. 132 agi.
Like I said, when nothing on the enemy team really threatens you, you just get to swing at people.
Yeah.
That's the ideal Slark situation. But yeah, I think maybe the more Io Lina tri-lane would have been a better idea than just leaving the Sand King and the Lina top. Just because, like, what did you do in the bot lane besides hit creeps? Like, did you actually stop the Doom? Because you didn't really. Like, Insania chased him around a bunch, but, you know, King RD still got what he wanted. Whereas Pain shut the lane down. They didn't just get farm. They killed, they, you know, secured bounty runes, they kept control, they didn't, like, lose their tower for a very long time.
Right.
Whereas I didn't feel like Liquid Safe Lane really did all that much. I mean, not really anyone did that much this game, if I'm being honest.
Well, yeah, and that's the thing, right, is that more so than even not getting a ton done in the lanes, it's that the heroes that did win it then couldn't transition into doing things in the mid game. Because like you're talking about, Tiny maxing out the tree grab, not really having any points up in Avalanche Toss to find kills around the map. And
Fanatics turn to ban.
Poor Revenge as
Dire
well, I feel like.
Coming.
And they will ban that Oracle. They know that Aster really like it, so putting some respect there.
Is one Venge really in vogue right now?
No.
Is that a common strat that teams are running?
No, it's not that common, but I mean, you still have to give it some respect when it's being picked up in the first phase that, you know, you think the team might have some capabilities for it.
Okay.
But no, it should be a 5. I would say there's like a 90% chance, if not 99. They have to ban Drow. Yeah, I would ban Drow and Puck if I was Aster.
Fanatics turn to ban.
Well, there's one.
Dire team ban.
And if I'm Fnatic, okay, they're just going to ban the PL right away. So they're going to ban Puck, and the Fnatic are going to pick probably Isis hero. He's probably going to play Brewmaster versus Omni, even though I don't really think that's that good. The idea of like the mass dispel.
Yeah.
It's
a cool idea. I think the problem is a lot of the time you need to use your Brew Ultimate before you know if a GA is going to be committed.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of that strat. Oh, they banned the Viper instead. All right. Oh, right. They have first pick out of this phase. Okay, so they can just take the Puck. Well, but they already have their offlaners. They don't have the flexibility. I guess they won't take Puck. I would like them to take Puck. I think Puck is definitely the next pick for Fnatic.
They could make it work with Aster.
10 seconds remaining.
The other thing you could
put him
do
as a
is you could try and
5
kind of like
seconds remaining.
preemptively
Fanatics
address it by taking
turn
better,
to
more
pick.
stuns.
A world devourer.
All right, well now they're definitely picking Puck.
Huh. Aster have 10th pick overall. So I'm kind of bewildered by this third pick OD.
Well, remember the Omni Knight OD we've seen that didn't lose a game in the entire minor.
10 seconds
and
remaining.
now looked really broken in our first series too.
Yeah, you're right.
5 seconds remaining.
Is every game an OD game though? Third pick, still bold.
I think
gives Fnatic some options to kind of draft around this however they want.
it's particularly good versus the Disruptor because you have the Astral save for the Static Storm. And if I'm not mistaken, Glimpse has been changed now. I believe that you can Astral save Glimpse. So like, if you get Glimpse, you can Astral yourself and you won't move. That might have got patched again. The last time I played a game recently where it worked, and I was like, what the hell, that works? You can save yourself now?
Maybe Twitch chat can help us, because I know they have played around with Glimpse a little bit. Like with Puck and Glimpse as well. That matchup changed recently.
It's okay. We'll get the in-game knowledge. Because in the past, it didn't work. That was the big thing. The only thing that broke Glimpse was BKB or, well, like Xing yourself was a big counter. Obviously, is Kunkka. That was a nice one.
Sure.
But all these, like, Shadow Demon disruptions and stuff didn't work. I'm pretty sure they don't work right now.
Dire team pick.
Okay, there's the Magnus. Probably should have mentioned him a bit earlier on. Makes it the third pick.
Yeah, I did think they'd take the... Oh, I guess maybe they're not as concerned about snagging the Puck now because they know that Aster probably aren't going to pick the Puck. So they might be worried about a potential mag pick from Aster.
And they probably just want the Magnet.
10 seconds remaining.
That's true. I just can't believe they're not picking Puck.
5 seconds remaining.
Is Lone Druid relevant at all right now? We're thinking of 23 Savage heroes and no Naga in the pool.
I wouldn't consider him at this point. Although he used to be a lane counter versus the OD. That was pretty hype.
He did at one point. Yeah. I don't know that that's really the case anymore. No PL either.
Thank goodness. I'm kind of done on that. What about, do you think Aster wants to try some Team Nigma? Take the Ember? They have the last pick, so that shouldn't be the pick now. This should just be their 5 hero. Wyvern's still in the pool. I don't see any reason not to take it. It's a classic counter pick to the Magnus.
And it gives you the double regen with the Omni. It gives you another save alongside the OD, but they go for Elder Titan instead.
Okay, so this was something that was banned in the first phase last game. It was also banned in our first series today, too.
It was, yes.
Yeah.
Dire
Scary
team
hero,
banned.
great setup.
Medusa.
Whoa, Medusa.
Oh, the VP strats. So the only
Talk to me about Deucer. I thought she was a little bit weak right now. I would not have thought of her for Fnatic, but
she's getting a lot of love on the Reddits right now. There's like, Medusa's so bad, please fix this hero, save her. She's an abysmal pick rate, pretty bad win rate, but she got picked at the Singapore event twice, I believe, by VP, and they won both games. I'm pretty sure.
Fanatics turn to ban.
And it looked pretty good. Benefits, like what's different now is that her snake's not as good because it doesn't steal the mana from people. You still get mana, you just don't steal it. But she gets this movement speed bonus during her ulti. And I played a Medusa game since that change, and it felt really good. Like, it's pretty cool. You like slither right in there. It's very hype.
10 seconds remaining.
And it does last long enough. That sounds like a good initiation and getaway tool.
5 seconds.
It's almost like a counter initiation play.
I mean, looking at their lineup, they do have, it's a similar flavor to the Naga in terms of a carry with a big team fighting ultimate that synergizes with Disruptor. Magnus can definitely go late. Decent against OD too. Yeah. Right? You build some in.
Fanatics.
They banned that
turn to
Brewmaster
pick.
you mentioned,
Oh
and
my
now
God.
Gyrocopter. This was the SCCC hero last game, so Fnatic not going to mess around with that.
The chat, I saw them. They went in for the AM. They're like, yo, easy AM. They didn't ban it though. I don't know if you need to go AM. I feel like that might be a little unnecessary. I think you can just like play faster timing. I feel like AM is just like unnecessarily slowing yourself down, and it's like kind of bad versus Disruptor and Magnus. So
5 seconds remaining.
I would rather something like the PL that's just like a diffusal here, like a Slark or something maybe. I don't know if I'm all in on the AM, but you know, she was kind of a classically countered by that hero for very good reasons.
Yeah.
I also don't know if he has good enough supports in lane to make the AM really work.
Slark's also been banned out. Sometimes you can achieve a similar factor with a hero that doesn't mind buying a diffusal, and you still get the value out of the mana burn. But PL also taken out.
Dire team.
I mean, it will be sick to have mana burn with your OD too, though.
Yeah.
So that Ice hero was required, and they'll get it. It'll be his Pangolier. The first guy to really make this thing look good.
Yeah, sort of a forgotten about hero. I like it here, though. Very disruptive. I love it when you have somebody, like multiple ways to initiate that aren't Magnus. You've got swaps, you've got disruptive glimpses, you've got Pangolier just rolling in, crashing on people. It makes it so much easier for the Magnus to be able to follow up or counter initiate with the RP if he can't find the ankle to catch more than one hero. Aster, not going to think about it for long. It's a Morphling.
I think the AM would have been a mistake with the Pango getting picked up too. I think it just would have made the lane like a little bit too hard. Like they don't have good enough laning supports, I don't think, to really make it work. I like the Morphling a little bit more. Can steal the Empower for himself. That's pretty hype. But they are picking Pango in Rubik, actually. That's a bit dangerous.
Yeah.
That is like the best spell to steal is Rubik, man. That spell feels incredible. Just instantaneously it gets cast. It is so good. If you have a Blink Dagger and you steal Rolling Thunder, wow.
You're right. There's definitely a small advantage for Aster, but overall, I do kind of like this.
Chaos Esports, turn to pick.
Yes, hashtag Quinn, not hashtag CCNC.
All right. The draft is still visible, of course. We have Doom making it through the draft. First pick for Chaos. And we have an opening Grimstroke.
To deny from the Doom, right? It was a Doom. They instantly picked Grim. Then they used a lot of their, well, not that much. And then they picked the Abba. I like it. It's obviously the Abba's good versus Doom. If someone gets Doom, you shield it. Obviously, it doesn't shield it off, but they stop taking the damage. You get him to survive. Grimstroke. You don't want to go against a double Doom. That's been broken since like its inception.
Enchantress.
And then Enchantress. So this is
the one that you were talking about a bunch.
This is the NA.
Because no other regions are doing this. Yeah. What's up with this in NA? Why is it so popular?
I mean, I guess, right, even earlier. The only problem is you get bullied very hard yourself. But I think that's the thing. I see a lot of try. King, MSS when he was playing offlane, like they just love the Enchantress because you bully people. And with the Impetus not being your ulti anymore, Enchantress wants a 1v1, so you have to force them to play against your tri-lane. And I think EG just lost within that game 3 versus Navi, so who knows? If it loses here, we might just see no one pick it.
This is an offlane edge.
Chaos
I believe so.
And the Doom is support.
That's the good question. It could also be carry.
But
We've seen a lot of carry
in NA, the reason why it's popular mainly has been as an offlane.
It has been. Because I know Bulba has been playing it a ton too. That's probably why EG picked it, obviously. But
the games that I saw, like nobody was picking it because every game I had a PL in it. Every single game I had, there was a PL, so nobody was touching the Enchantress, at least in like my ranked ones.
I mean, PL's here this game.
10 seconds remaining.
If East Coast do want to grab it.
And it's into a Doom as well, so it's like it's a pretty okay
5
matchup.
But remaining.
They don't really play it right. It's not really a Beast Coast hero. No,
it doesn't. Even though
I mean, it's a farming monster,
but it's an agility hero. But
you can't fight.
Seeker. Exactly. That's the thing. You have to have a fighting agility hero or a farming strength hero.
Yeah.
God.
Well, Bloodseeker is already moved. So I can't go for that anymore.
Blood goes out. I like the Bloodseeker ban, even though it was Saiyan phase. They first phase the last time. It's just so aggressive. And as Fox say, like even though he didn't go Blood right first, which we were whatever about. You don't really lose lanes because you always guarantee your range creep, like 100% of the time with Bloodseeker.
And they were fighting a lot, so like people are low, so right away your thirst is going to just give you a lot of benefits. Yeah. Also, I like the Bloodseeker ban too because there's a Grimstroke. Grimstroke, double rupture. You always have to remember about all of the double plays. You have to remember about them.
Yeah, for sure.
They can be pretty annoying.
What other double plays are there that are scary to think about?
Right?
And do they need to guarantee, like, if you have a Grimstroke, do you really want / need some pairing with that?
I mean, maybe
10 seconds
it's
remaining.
nice, but I think more so you want to sort of pick around the
5 seconds remaining.
names today. They escape me. The one that the big shield explodey thing you put on a carry.
Inkswell.
Inkswell, thank you.
I got you.
Yes, you more.
I'm not good. Games today for some reason are just.
I think having a hero that's able to utilize Inkswell is probably more important.
You can always say
that was the old
E.
Yeah. Well, some people don't use those.
Yeah, legacy keys, by the way. Otherwise, you're a scrub.
Nobody. I don't think anyone even knew. Wait, there were no legacy keys for it. Grimstroke's a new hero.
My legacy keys of Grimstroke are superior.
What would it be? Well, it would be like M, right, or a K.
No, you don't
understand. For a spell. For
Inkswell?
Inkswell would be K.
Ink. Oh.
Or W or something. Whatever. Anyway.
Probably W.
So there's one that can utilize it. Yeah. It's not a carry, but you can utilize
or
the
is it not? This is the infamous K1 Clockwork.
No. It's Schofield.
It's Schofield. That's literally. But Schofield just loves this hero. Schofield, even when this hero, I mean, this hero still might be in the dumpster.
I've not seen anyone do good on this hero, right? This hero seems to be pretty terrible.
I mean, I've seen people do good, but still lose.
Some good stuff because you know these guys just crushed game 1, so I'm excited for this one.
He's all magical damage, though, right? So Enchantress, it's gonna be good versus Enchantress.
You
just get on top of it.
Spirit Vessel Buyer as well.
Mm-hmm.
I like it. I do like the Clockwork. As you said, though, we've seen some good Clockwork games, but it feels like it always loses.
It just loses. Even when it's rough. I've seen games where it goes like legit, like 6-0-12, and then he ends the game like 6-9-12 or something. And it's just like, what?
It's a very hard hero.
I will say this is a thing we didn't really see in the Secret Vici game even. Get a support who can do stuff and one who maybe can't, like the Grimstroke, but then you have a Clockwork who can always get something done. And that's why Beast Coast was so successful at TI. They always gave Schofield a hero that could roam, while obviously Hector's just off farming. So you know you have one guy always securing farm for you.
Rubik, the old school, always traditional counter pick versus the Clockwork, throw him away whenever he does get on people.
I like the idea of maybe the clock against the Doom, you know, in the way how a Doom will come in, drop his ult. If you're able to just get in as a clock, pop down cogs, suddenly it's hard for the rest of the enemy to get on top of the Doom target, and you give them the space to back off. So sort of that space creation, that separation in the team fights could be really nice in theory against Doom plays.
Rubik has pretty okay spells to steal. They're not your, like, you know, the usual ones that you see, but all of Grimstroke spells are amazing. Like, they're all amplified on Rubik to the point where Inkswell is like a 5.5 second AoE, 500 damage stun.
And the shield is super easy to steal from Abaddon as well.
Yep.
Great to spam.
You know what I love about this is we didn't see any of these.
No, this
we saw the ABBA, but like from the first series, right? That's what makes it so great. It's like this Enchant, Doom, Clockwork. Like we're getting such a mix of heroes, which usually goes to show it's a pretty well balanced patch, for, like hero-wise.
In terms of obviously it's been like NASA teams, is this standard for NASA teams, or do you think even that we're seeing different things? Like is Clockwork being picked up by other SA squads?
No, just Schofield. It's literally that's a play.
Chaos
thing.
Esports turn to pick.
All right, so the double lasso.
Other one versus
great with Inkswell again.
Amazing. It's been always like the hardest countered Enchantress.
Is this a possibility
so what's going
of
on?
A core Grimstroke?
Who's playing what here? What's going on?
Is this the middle Grimstroke we've heard of?
Is this the middle Clockwork?
It's not a mid clock.
It's
There's
bad
no
Grim,
way
right?
it's a mid clock.
I'm pretty sure it's. I've seen some middle Grimstrokes as of late.
10
You get a quick level 10. You get your like talents up. You do a lot of damage. Your middle Q. I mean, it's
seconds.
Bat
You
Rider's
leave
more
the lane and
obvious.
someone else takes over for you because you like. I think
push.
the theory of a middle Grimstroke
surely
is nice
it's
for the first 10.
most likely, isn't it just Abaddon safe lane?
I think it's.
Oh, you're right. Actually, no, but then that makes the Abaddon the most appealable Doom target.
Yeah.
And then you just doom the Abaddon every time.
But who's playing it?
It's probably Chris like. I assume it's Chris like that, but it might be. I legitimately think it might be Grim. I've seen it. That's another NASA thing. You get like 2 nulls on that hero. You spam out. You do your level 4 Q. If you get that earlier than like everyone else, right? It's a lot of damage.
And then Rubik steals it. And does
and
way more.
700. Oh.
Already, like this draft from Beast Coast looks
so
crazy.
Weird, yeah.
And now there's an Argasarian. Like Beast Coast's draft looks like who plays this? No one else plays this. This is a Beast Coast lineup. They crushed game 1,
and it doesn't address an Argasarian.
Crazy, exactly.
It does not address Naga.
They've got to have something, you'd imagine, to deal with it. I mean, at the moment, the only spell they have to deal with it is like the Stroke of Fate from Grim. But late get, that's going to do nothing. Sure, at the start, that's kind of nice to catch them out. But
you need your Lash.
You got nothing.
You need either your Lash, you need your Zeus, or you need your Ember. I think you need one of the 3, or you are in Probably some trouble.
And the big thing is the heroes you mentioned, they're not quote-unquote Hector heroes, and I believe that's maybe where it is an ABBA. It's Hector, right? The carry hero for Beast Coast. Unless it is an ABBA, like you said, but that makes the Doom gone.
Yeah.
I don't know. It is a very strange draft from Beast Coast. And they banned a PL. Oh, that was last.
That was before the.
Yeah, I was like, oh my god, PL and Naga, these guys are insane.
But what if?
I think they were definitely, evidently on the right lines, right? It could be, PL's banned. You want to play an illusionary, pick Naga. So they would have picked PL if it wasn't taken out.
No, they banned out Ember.
CC and War, some of their favorite heroes. Look at that tankiness, baby. They are tanky.
Very tanky.
True. Ah, man. I just look at Beast Coast. It's so hard to pick something. You know what I mean? Like
I'm not.
I mean, Beast Coast draft. It doesn't look good, right? It's like, what is this? But after that game, when you got to believe in it, you got to believe that these guys have they've got something on their sleeves.
I'm backing them already.
Yeah, I'm just
gonna back them already. They're confident.
This lineup is like it's wild. This is a wild draft from Beast Coast.
I'm really confused by it. So they banned the Zeus. That was one of the heroes that we said. I mean, maybe. I don't know. They need one of those big three that I feel like I mentioned, but
Pango.
Unless was like the only one left, but
is this a?
What are you saying from Chaos?
Who's saying MSS as a Rubik player? Like that seems. Dude, both these lineups different. I love it.
What is going
on Chaos?
Oh,
Rubik.
Five's gonna be Rubik.
For SVG Rubik when you have like MSS. I'm not playing the SVG.
Right, actually, is
it a 5 Doom? You think?
It's a 5-inch.
Wait, who's mid?
Or it's 5-inch though.
I think it's a CCNC mid before, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think they know. Look at this. They're cutting down on. No, I don't know. They need some new address illusions. That's what.
Yeah, mid.
Yeah.
Versus Bat Rider.
Quinn Naga, right? Safe lane.
Carry Doom, I think.
No.
I think it is.
You want?
I keep saying like.
Do they play Meepa? Let's go.
Monkey
King. Chris Luck does. Chris Luck plays both these.
Monkey King.
Okay.
Does that address illusions?
We don't have a lot of time to discuss this.
We don't. It's OGS on Beast Coast. It's a very. We're gonna run at you, and we're either gonna win or lose in the next 20 minutes or something.
I mean, this game looks like it should be a free game for Nagasara, and Beast Coast draft looks terrible, but they played so good. I've got to go with Beast Coast. They're gonna win with this terrible draft, and it's gonna be amazing.
All right.
I look forward to it.
I have to go Chaos. I can't. I just don't know. I don't know. This draft looks so crazy to me. Like I don't know. I have to go with Chaos.
Chris Luck, Monkey King won't doubt him.
All right. Well, let's find out what's going to happen here in game number 2. Let's see if we have a game 3 to the series. Let's head over to Cap and Kyle.
Were you watching? That's how it's done. Try a bit harder next time.
And we're back with Game 2, Beast Coast versus Chaos. And it's got a bit of a twist, Kyle. It's got a batshit crazy lineup for Beast Coast. What the hell is this?
Well, I almost wish I was back at Sheev's house in the Netherlands, Cap, because I think I'd be in a better state of mind to understand this draft.
It is indeed. I was hoping it was going to be a K1 Hector Abaddon, and it is. That's a Radiance hero, baby.
It is. It could work. It could work. I think that the carry Abaddon factor makes this a much better possibility for Beast Coast, because you can hit that crazy spike at like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Is he going to go for Radiance? I have no idea.
I don't know. Maybe he'll go a Manta build that like instantly silences people.
Who knows?
Who knows?
I just don't know. I don't know what to know. Grimstroke Bat, love the combo. Clockwork to me is just a dead hero. You have no real range DPS at all, unless you count Monkey King with that long staff.
Wait, so Kyle, you said you
very talented.
Don't know what to know. So is Beast Coast draft a known unknown, or is it an unknown known, or is it unknown unknown?
It's sort of like a negative number, I think. You know, -2, it doesn't seem too solid, but if you multiply that by another -2, you get 4. The same way if you started out with a 2. So you've got a weird beginning, but I think you'll have a very, very solid result.
Let me say, Kyle, that analysis was too much for me.
Are you fake laughing? Or?
No, that was a fake laugh that turned into a real laugh because I thought that was hilarious. All right, well, we're just along for the ride here. It is going to be a Stinger Grimstroke with the K1 Hector Abaddon. They're going to quickly try and gank him, and I don't think they're actually going to be able to because they probably don't have enough stuns. Yeah, because, you know.
Actually, the Enchantress versus Grimstroke is super nice. You just dispel that shield off every time.
Yeah.
That's very nice.
So they thought maybe they'd be able to get aggressive. Abaddon just kind of runs at you with this passive plus a Ink Sweep. It's going to be not quite so easy. SVG, though, blocked in by the Cogs. Beautiful wraparound from Schofield. But can he actually get the kill? Because they chose for the Ink Sweep. They do have a level 1. They're going to be able to get on top of SVG. He's going to dispel it, immediately relinquishing the stun. Wow. But it still is enough to be able to get the kill. An important kill for Schofield. He gets the first blood, and let me tell you, Kyle, a Clockwork with an early first blood, that feels real good.
If you say so, Cap. I don't know if anything feels good in a game once you're given the hero Clockwork, but I wish him the best. He was our MVP from the previous game.
Unorthodox, but effective.
Pull out here.
And he could go Cogs level 1, which, you know, can be fine. I mean, to be honest, Battery Assault level 1's just kind of bad. So. Stinger. Oh, Fairy Fire. That's barely enough to live.
I'm surprised they rotated the clock out of here. They're just going to play into this tri-lane with 2, but it's an Abaddon core. You know, this is effectively an off-lane hero being played by your safe laner. You're probably going to be okay with that. In mid lane, oh my goodness.
You know, normally we see like tri-lanes set up like this, Agar tri-lanes, because they have a superior 1v1 on the 2 other lanes, but not in the case of Monkey King.
Yeah, definitely not.
And Naga Siren does fine against Bat Rider, right?
Yeah, but you just save your illusion, as you can see here. Quinn doesn't care how many stacks he gets. He's always able to dispel them off if he were starting to take heavy damage. So yeah, your point, mid is the one I want to watch. I'm surprised they didn't put Pango in the off lane and rather chose to lane him against MK mid, but you really don't have any better options, to be fair. You don't want Naga here, so it makes sense.
He does have his Qs, so he's going to be able to get a decent amount of heal here. No lucky shot proc for Quinn. I'm sure he's a little bit upset about that one. Still have the healing sound. Here comes that King Swell, way out of range. Not even close.
Both of my bottom lane heroes now away from the creep wave, though, so job done there by SVG.
Yeah, certainly. A little bit of pull action from Schofield. Just wants to get to that level 3. I mean, when you do get level 3, you can keep Naga Siren from casting illusions unless she issues a stop command.
Oh, I feel better already.
And re-puts it right as the stun ends. I think you could technically get it off.
What does it, Jensen?
But if you just sit there,
I think you're correct.
It
takes like 3. Yeah, it takes like 3 attempts to try and get the spell.
If you just hit Q and you keep on getting stunned over and over again, then it's just gonna keep you from being able to cast it.
Yep. Fell off. Or 3 different batteries, that is.
DM. Ooh, a lot of CS. Did he kill a lot of cogs to start? How is he at 15?
They started with the tri-lane, and then he had like a free lane under tower for a bit.
Yeah, I guess so. It's just still very impressive that he's that far ahead of anybody else, even the Monkey King and Bat.
It's not far why I don't like the Clockwork. Like, he rotated towards top, but what did he actually got nothing done, Schofield.
Yeah.
And now he's just walking back towards bottom lane. It's already lost. Whoa.
Quinn gets a big boy kill on Chris Luck's Monkey King, a lane that Monkey King should certainly win.
And more importantly, DM pops the tip to add insult to injury.
And SVG is going to die, and Schofield finally shows his face in the correct lane.
Goodbye, mana potion. And Quinn's lane up top isn't ideal, but you're getting solo XP, which on Naga is excellent. You can as soon as you get max illusions, you farm so fast in mid lane.
Oh, the slowdown. They also get the lucky shot. That's going to be really big. An easy kill onto Chris Luck. It looks like with a bit of fairy fire action. He gets away, hides away behind that one tree. Has a healing salve too.
This Ench Dispel is actually super value. You get rid of the Jingu stacks, as we just saw there. The Abaddon shield, the Grimstroke shield.
Yeah, there's a lot of great stuff here.
Also, really surprised the Venom on the Monkey King.
Invisibility!
Yeah. I felt like he started with, what, Decel or something?
I don't know, but Quinn, he's like, please, lucky shot for the love of God. Maybe I can still win this. And he does manage to get him the very last stun. K1 Hector in trouble, but is he going to burn out from? No, he's going to be
dropped to 1 HP.
Did he really?
He did.
Wow, Stinger, he's going to die instead. And Schofield, he's hanging around with this Invis rune. Still not level 3, so he doesn't have the best kill potential solo.
Should know he's there. He keeps blocking the Golem.
Yeah. We'll have to see if he actually knows, though. Also, who's he really want to go on? Two blocks are going to throw out there 2 blocks. They are going to be able to get it. Isolating SVG, who runs through this enchant, but it's enough to be able to get the kill added. Now they're going to turn the battery assault onto DM, but he's more than healthy enough. And trade out the support for core.
I'll be completely honest. I don't know how Beast Coast can win this game. Like, unless they absolutely obliterate them, but I'm watching this laning phase. That's a good start. Kill the Pango mid. But it's a Naga Doom. Like, these heroes are gonna scale like crazy. And Beast Coast, if your Monkey King gets doomed, where is your damage?
Well, Kyle, all I can say is prepare to be amazed. Can they get this kill? No, they cannot. His MSS, he's gonna challenge Schofield, tank some of the battery assault hits, shoo him away. Potentially could have gotten the kill too if he had Fate Bolt up and Vision, but sadly not the case.
How's it feel?
So many, 16 denies.
That's Monkey King Dota for you.
Yeah.
Especially if you get the Jingus out.
Oh, the Fate Bolts. Quinn maybe could have committed a little bit more. 2-man stun. They do have a golem though to be able to hit that Monkey King MSS.
Nice bottle charge from Quinn to save the day.
Beautiful play.
It's like, my bad, I messed up a little bit there. I'll make
for success. They keep on giving him some really advantageous lanes. He's going to force out the mirror image. That's our Naga Siren doing 25-0, 33-5 for Lelis. Here is Firefly, and going to continue to go for the kill as he does have the lasso, at least enough to be able to bring him low, and is actually going to be able to force him TP out. He TP'd all the way back to the fountain. Meanwhile, SVG once again with the golems. This time he actually and the wolf. The College doesn't actually hit SVG, but it is enough to be able to get the 4 stack. That is a big difference of Monkey King versus Enchantress pre-level 6. Now that you no longer have the untouchable until your
Dire's
ultimate.
top tower is under attack.
That said, it also means these heroes are going to find, or at least Monkey King anyway. I guess he's the only one who will build BKB, but that BKB counter to Enchantress is no longer the same. His untouchable does go through magic.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
They're threatening it, just in case.
The two most annoying things to me about the heroes post this, it was TI8, Pango Willow, is that you can stop cancel their ultis like this.
Chris Luck, playing for the bounce around here, does manage to dodge the damage there, but it's still going to be hit back and forth. This one more bounce, and should be able to finish him off with the Q. Now Quinn needs to stay ahead of Schofield here, but he's going to find Lelis on the other side of things here. Hopes for a lucky shot, disarm or something, but can't away.
He might have actually killed the bat there with that swashbuckle gone off, didn't he? Well played by Quinn though. I love this Pango hero. I think it's one of the most underrated in Dota right now. Can be played every position from 1 through 5. Typically it's 2 through 4, of course.
Yeah.
But it just provides so much. It's like it's scaling. It's the disarm is actually super value, especially against heroes like Slark as an example, who can't cleanse it off. And your team fight's nuts, and you're tanky, and you can buy whatever items you want. It's just this jack of all trades that ends up actually mastering quite a few. And big rotates now. A Pango with an Arcane Rune. That's lovely.
I think it's an underrated Roche hero.
That too,
because it's minus
Disarm's
armor plus disarm, both very valuable for taking Roche, even if you can't do it solo. He sets a lot of lineups up for success.
I like that it was changed just disarm instead of RNG between silence or disarm, because one, that was just silly. You could kill a storm just because you got lucky. And in addition, there's very few mechanics in Dota that disarm, and I'm glad we're seeing a couple more. The Huskar change to his Q is another.
I also agree with that. That was feels bad RNG either way, right?
Yeah.
You hate it as Pango and you hate it as the enemy. They're going to be able to kill SVG. And maybe a little bit more. K1 Hector is going to pop his ultimate here. Quinn going to have to bounce off the trees here to be able to chase Chris Luck, but he managed to juke out. Now he's in the dead zone where Pango's not going to be able to find him here. Maybe he can hit him once, but Chris Luck, he's going to turn with his one hit of lifesteal. Doesn't have any more. Quinn, ooh, he just keeps on landing these Lucky Shot procs, and that means the Monkey King can't actually get anything. He's turn around, trying to go for the Grimstroke kill. Not able to finish him off immediately. Now Schofield's here. Dude, on out. On to the Monkey King. Is there anything that can actually save him? The last shot of the Swashbuckle doesn't actually catch the Monkey King. Dude might be able to walk off that damage. Meanwhile, Schofield still trying to get the kill on the Rubik while running away. Stinger. Oh, ancient kill. He got it. Nicely done. Schofield, he doesn't have the same options, though. He will finally be victim to chaos, while Chris Luck did indeed survive through it all.
Yep, up top though, Lois, a repeat of the previous game where he gets top tower early on.
Radiant's middle
Again,
tower
top
is
net
under
worth,
attack.
but this time it's a bat, not a Beastmaster. You can see by the animation, just a win-wasted bots, and now he might actually fall here.
Around, yeah. They now play near that cliff area, nice and easy, TP out.
Nice job.
And Quinn, who did go for the max out Lucky Shot build, which I think is what you're supposed to go for a Monkey King. Probably wish he had his whole shield crash there. Stun out on a DM, just enough to be able to get the kill. As Chris Luck starting to make some rotations around, just like Quinn is trying to do. This one a bit more successful though.
They get both outposts, Cap. That's a lot of experience going to this Beast Coast side.
Yeah, they're gonna be happy boys. Up in net worth, up in experience. But this is, again, a lineup that's going to have to play very, very fast, maybe even faster than the last game.
Radiant's middle
does,
tower
once again,
is
though,
under
feel
attack.
like Chaos. I think they kind of shoot themselves in the foot with these, with the style of play, in the sense that they're not actually making any aggressive movements. So you look at your War's CS, like he's not supposed to be fifth in net worth here. He will pass his Pango up, but I'd like to see him allowed to hard free farm in his own jungle or top and mid lane, and the rest of the squad like do more around the map. But when you're showing on
moves,
but nobody else from Chaos, like everybody else is kind of playing more of a static lane.
Yes, and you play passively as a Tango. There's no aggression you're really going to be able to pull off.
No, I feel what you're saying. I feel like both game 1 and game 2, it's like Quinn trying
by actually positioning aggressively, because it buys space for your Naga. I don't care if you lose 2 heroes in this area of the map picking a fight, because it means no objectives will come of it, which is really what you've got to try and ensure stay up with this Naga draft. Like, hero kills don't mean anything. It's all about map control. They mean a little something. Only Sith speaking absolute. Get my grip. Quinn?
But he turned, missed the stun in time. Quinn, though, is not going to be able to find the roll backwards. Bumps Lelis as he retreats, forcing some rotation.
See, I love that. Like, perhaps just part of the draft. What's going to happen in these other lanes in response? Well, hang on, as you say it.
Does have a little bit of help here from the Grimstroke, enough to be able to get some distance, but Stinger being run down by that Scorched Earth, not enough for DM to commit. Oh, a missed hook shot. That could have been a kill with DM being so low here.
One of my big problems with clock. It's like, well, that was it. That's all, folks. 60 seconds. We'll try again.
Well, at least they buffed that cooldown a bit.
Dude, when it was 90, oh my god. There's nothing more brutal than either missing the worst was getting outranged. When you shoot it perfect, and you just don't quite have the distance.
A spark of vitality.
You had no slots either, so you'd have, that'd be your entire mana pool as well. It's like 150 mana.
There's definitely something to be said for some of these tier 1 items giving you a bit of stats or a bit of mana pool.
Yeah.
Certainly helps.
It's great for heroes like Clockman. You get
Radiant's
just a
middle
Brooch as an
tower
example, and you're ready to go for the game.
Sadly, though, all the other neutral items make Clock worse, because heroes are harder to kill.
It's so funny, like, there's very few heroes.
Oh, nice trying to get it.
Middle
Oh,
tower
we got it. Nice deny from Schofield. If he dies, you just got your team half the tower bounty, and he's going to use the hook shot onto the neutral creep. Shooting the gap, getting away. Grimstroke, well, Stinger's going to die. At least Schofield got out.
I think another point, these neutral items, we're still not really, we don't fully understand just how much they've impacted the game, but I'd posture another thing, which is that they've kind of decreased the importance of certain talents and made others incredibly strong. No one needs plus mana at level 10 anymore.
Yeah.
No one really even needs mana regen,
Radiant
ever.
structures
But
are
damage
fortified.
talents? Hell yes. Anything that adds a new ability, looking at puck, phase shift, attack, it's just kind of like too good. Because you don't need these quality of life stats anymore because the neutral items are going to provide them. It's all just about hitting that big timing around 15, 25 minutes, somewhere in between.
Yeah. Fuse the blade first for Quinn. No javelin pickup. Really going to try and emphasize that mana burn. Very effective against all these heroes, right? Like, Abaddon's going to hate it. Clockwork's going to hate it. Monkey King does not have the greatest mana pool either.
Invisibility.
Radiant's bottom
I think
tower
Diffuse
is
Blade's
under
so
attack.
I like it a lot as well.
Okay, he's going to go for the easier kill in the Enchantress, especially with help of Stinger. Does have a as well, and the silence to make sure there's no immediate dispel. Now for the CPL. Can he get away in time? They'll be wow. Pieces and a Doom and a Rolling Thunder. They threw the whole kit and the whole kitchen sink at him. Does manage to immediately pop his bar time as he's bumped by the Penguin to be able to heal him out. But now Quinn just nice aphotic shield steal from MSS. That's going to be able to break Quinn out of there. Another aphotic shield laid out onto him allows him to be able to play aggressive now. Looking for K1 Hector. Hector knows he's going to be chased behind the tower, so he has to play behind the tower instead.
And TP home.
Behind the tower and behind the tower. How do I differentiate behind as in the lane sense and then in the jungle area?
Left of and in the back.
Okay.
And the trees behind the tower and the forest center.
Okay. All good suggestions, Kyle. I like those. Thank you.
Yeah.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
I like to call it the Forbidden Forest. The Forbidden Because you never want to be there after 15 minutes into the game, that's for sure. But there's a benefit because it means for Radiant, your tower's still alive. Again, love Lelis. This is something that's been a bane in the side of Chaos this entire series. These back lane cuts that force them to then deal with waves on their side of the map, making them easy pickings for the aggression of Beast Coast. However, so far this game...
Shouldn't Chaos be the ones who are good at that, though, with a Naga Siren?
Yeah, but they don't need to. That's the thing. Like, I don't want UR playing aggressive, trying to cut waves yet. He can do that at 30 minutes after he's got his third item, Heart. Okay. But for now, just chill.
Radiant's middle tower
He's
is
acquired
under attack.
positioning top of the net. Equalized. They've got an objective. Your Naga's online. There's really no rush. Like, Clockwork, Bat Rider, or Betworth charts, you're really just going to need that one fight. And so far so good though. Chaos looking in a much stronger position. So all 5 heroes on Beast Coast eventually do no damage.
I thought about popping the Wukong Spin, but instead just a bump into the Primal Spring. Now going to pop it as they see TP's coming in. They're going to make sure Doom does indeed die, and that TP is wasted. They also control the area around this tier 2 with the Siege Wagon still up, but no one was willing to tank it. The Siege Wagon sadly will die. Bingo. Oh, Quinn's in deep. Look at him. He doesn't even have his Diffusal Blade yet. He's just trying to cut creep waves, as you were suggesting for both teams.
And I really like the point you brought up, because Diffusal this game on your Pango is so much better than Maelstrom. Just because, as you said, all the strength heroes, you're going to have your mana burnt out by a swashbuckle, and it allows him to also play for kills. His team lacks a lot of easy disable, kill on a TP.
Plus, this lineup from Beast Coast is going to, like, ball up and run at you at some point in time. You can't beat them in a team fight because there's no tank.
So now you're not forced to do what we saw at the bottom lane earlier, where you had to use, like, Doom and Rolling Thunder to handle it, like, just to find that one key
with an Abaddon. Best way to neutralize that lineup is just burn them out of mana.
Diffusal is also still the most efficient gold per damage item on an agility hero, but specifically on a hero like Tango, where you have Swashbuckle,
Radiant's
it is
bottom
even
tower
more so.
is under attack.
He is going to go for a Manta build off of the Radiance from K1 Hector. So looking to finish that up, then Manta and AC.
I wish you luck. I've never seen that before, but if anyone's going to make a unconventional Radiance on the safe lane work, it's going to be Hector.
Makes it kind of cool in this situation.
Radiant structures
because it's a classic, you know, okay, I'm going to do the Radiant split pushing deal as well. But also the fact that you can get those stacks up. Heroes like Pink will hate that. MSS is dead. So he gets caught by a, not even a hook shot, just a lasso pullback. Okay.
Max Rocket as well. You don't see this very often on clocks. Typically, Max batteries the norm. And you haven't really seen them, but I imagine he's been spamming rockets this entire game to both push wave, perhaps find Naga, maybe look for pick-off later on with it. There's big, nice items picked up. Radiance for one side, Pango now with the defusal. Curious to see how any engagements played out, but don't know if we'll really see any. I expect both teams to continue to farm up for a bit.
You are pushing this bottom lane. It's time for, it's about that time. Looking towards map control to be able to get your outposts in 20-minute bounty runs. So both teams are going to be making big moves here, and it's going to be chaos. They're going to rotate in mass to bottom lane. They're going to try and bring as many heroes as possible to be able to shut down Mr. Bad, but they run into Stinger instead. He'll tank the gank. He will die. He want Hector get out. Oh, diffuse blade after he pops the bar time. Now going to be entangled up as well, and he certainly will fall. That is a great rotation from Chaos, and those kind of deaths set him back big time. Oh, the Rolling Thunder looking to be able to catch some heroes. Going to run into the cogs though, kind of stuck around, bouncing out, and won't be able to pursue. Chris Luck though is going to be pursued as he quickly assassinated MSS. Looks like he's got Leela joining them as well. They go up to do it with the reset. The hard reset is not enough to be able to save Quinn. He's still stuck inside the Wukong command. Bounce over on the TM, looking to chase in. Gets a Centaur. Nice first shot. Found by Schofield. The cogs going to be able to burn both of them out at the same time too. What disastrous happened. That was so good for Chaos to start, and it's turned so badly.
That fight start with them killing 2 heroes?
Whoa! Oh, we got the blink away, but no.
That was not wild. That was some neato.
Okay, Lelis. He has a Yule Scepter as well. MSS is in trouble. He's got the stolen burn. We'll be able to do some damage to Lelis back, but it looks like he is... Burn out here? Get away from the fire. No, he just can't do it. Oh, he knew. Yeah. The flame break is going to come in anyway. Lelis with a double kill once again. Turning up here as a stand-in for Beast Coast.
He's owning, dude. I can't see them fighting so well. Chaos just getting greedy. They got the Monkey King ult down. Lelis got a timely lasso, so they felt forced to pop the song, but they still lose the Pango. And then they're just stuck. But they started that fight up 2 heroes. It's just wild they went that way.
Also, why'd he cancel the song? Like, sure, he doesn't save Quinn, but don't you just get out?
They felt like they were maybe going to get the kill, but at the end of the day, I don't care if Monkey King's doomed. You're not entering Wukong.
Stinger's going to do the same gear. Go, big swell. Okay, they do manage to hook shot Quinn, but he has the 4-second extra duration.
That's favorite again.
Okay, trade ultimates here. Quinn is going to be able to bounce back into Hector. Hector, nice dodge. Stinger's going to do the same gear. Go, big swell. Okay, they do manage to hook shot Quinn, but he has the 4-second extra duration. You can see what a difference it makes, but now, oh no, SVG gets a little bit too close to Quinn here. Again. Now they're going to be lassoed as well. KFC makes a big entrance, but it's not going to be good enough. He only maybe going to kill support, and he instantly dies in return. Chaos are just falling apart here. They're playing into Chaos constantly, or they're into Beast Coast. They're choosing to take these fights.
Dire's top tower
I don't mind the area of the map. This is what I wanted from them, but they're just getting too aggressive. Like, that's an Enchantress. A 5-position Enchantress just like up in the face of what turned into 4 Beast Coast heroes. Like, you want to force them into that area, but ideally not feed away your lives. And like, what business does Doom have jumping into that fight after he sees the double lasso come out? But hey, we'll see. I mean, still, top net worth is Naga. It just comes down to 1 miscue by Beast Coast, and all of a sudden you can have major issues with these illusions spamming out your waves. But a really weird game thus far, though.
Chris Luck, Vambrace, Echo Saber, BKB now has the tree dance range. They have a lot of mobility on this lineup, Kyle, which I know you love. They've got Boots of Travel Blink on a max movement speed Bat Rider. They've got this Primal Spring for the Monkey King. They've got a Clockwork running around hook-shotting people. But they don't scale.
I love the Shiva's option though on the bet. Oh, hang on.
Oh, thinking about it. Hook shot lead up. Now they can follow up with Lasso to really be able to control Quinn. There's going to be some to reset, but he's taking so much damage over time. That ghost is almost enough to finish him off. Extra bit of vessel damage, it is going to be enough now. They get on top of these heroes. Oh, what a grab there. The Soulbind locking on top. But looks like a, Diaponic shield. And this core, CRISOL's going to be fine. The Doom's now gone out. Yawar stuck inside the cogs right now. Scofield's just doing anything he can to slow down this carry of Yawar. And yeah, maybe he gives up his life for it, but as long as CRISOL is able to dish out the damage, which he does. Double kill for him. Here comes Quinn, but a BKB activated by the Monkey King. He didn't need it until now, and he still has that life steal. He can jump on Quinn at some point in time. Quinn going for the support kills, but he's surrounded by 3 cores. He's not going to be able to make it out of here, I don't know. I think 3 seconds till swashbuckle. He's already dead.
Dude, they did the same thing. They doomed, then the song came out, was canceled early because it didn't save Quinn, and they wanted to utilize the Doom, but it's a Monkey King. He's perfectly happy just standing still hitting people, and that's what he does. The Doom dies, Quinn buys back, rolls forward, but he's completely alone at that point. They just looked uncoordinated. Again, I go back 9. 2-1 Infamous over Newbie. That's what the tags these teams were playing on under at the time. It was the same story, where it felt like, yeah, Newbie was the more technical team, but they just got run out across the map. Same thing here with Beast Coast. They're just battling. It'll backfire.
Big pick on Chris Luck. Defending their mid tower. It's crazy that they still have their mid tower up. But 24 minutes with a Naga Siren lockup that certainly should outscale Beast Coast. And yet, they are still fighting into Beast Coast and losing. They're going to run at him. They're going to be able to catch the Bat Rider. Okay. A little bit of Yule's action. Can he blink away? Not in time. Telekinesis is going to be able to grab him. Blink just wasn't going to be up fast enough. So 2 big core kills. That's
a Blink 500 move speed Bat Rider that I believe just got caught with his pants down. Somebody surprised him in the jungle.
Dude, Monkey King just went from getting level 15 talents to now level 20. Oh, Rubik in the tree's going to be able to spot out this Clockwork, who may still be able to kill the Enchantress. Not a ton of damage, though, thanks to the mirror images taking up so much of the battery. Soulbind locking the 2 of them together. Here comes K1 Hector. He's got the damage up. The Radiant's immediately going to be able to silence up the Naga Siren. Maybe keep him silent. He's going to stay on top of this Naga Siren unless a little bit disengaged through the trees. Managed to get off. Oh, the nuke. No, doesn't get the extra long range. And
this game, this is vintage America's Dota. This is just wild.
Yeah.
It's as if like that they just keep fighting. They don't know when to stop.
Yeah.
Craggy Coat. I wonder who'll grab that. Most likely our Quinn Pangolier. He doesn't really need attack speed. He's going to spam his Q. It's a great item on Pango.
Yeah. Certainly going to help him against the Monkey King's physical damage quite a bit.
You can get for the Doom as well. He did die pretty quickly. I don't think he has much plus armor on him just yet.
He's going to go back for the Javelin. I'm guessing maybe you want an MKB just for the raw damage. Ooh, Spider Legs. That means he can now, because he didn't choose the Shield Crash talent, because most people are choosing Duration, you want, Spider Legs are really nice because now you can roll up cliffs.
Oh, that's...
So now you don't like...
God, that's too complicated for me.
Because you don't have the Shield Crash always up to be able to chase people around on these cliff areas. Now you could just rely on the Spider Legs.
Good luck with that. That's complex, like clockwork.
You hit it.
It was actually, was it complex. Radiant got the Craggy Coat? No, they both have one. Okay, cool. That's a change I'd like to see. I think neutral items should be the same for both teams.
Dire are scanning.
That also then adds more RNG into it because that could just not be good for one.
This fight started. Starting things off. Okay. A little bit of stun here on Quinn as he was going to get off his ultimate. Now he's going to be last straight to the Monkey King. He's dead, certainly. And K1 Hector charges forward. Looks to the back line as soon as he chases them away. Let's go ahead and deal with DM, who's so bound up to him. They don't want to get close to anybody. You are actually gets a little bit too close to him. They're locked together, but they couldn't actually get enough chase. They were too slowed down. Surprisingly enough, K1 Hector couldn't actually get any of those kills. They try and go for a bit of an ensnare action into the back line, but K1 Hector immediately says, okay, I can definitely catch SVG. Mid-coil's enough to be able to kill him, and Leela's chases down MSS. Once again, Chaos were offered an opportunity to get out of this fight. They chose to go back into it, and they almost just lost their carry for it.
He actually, if he was in vision there, he would have been interrupted there. Lelis did have Yule active. I honestly can't tell you what's going on here. I gotta assume BEASTCOAST, they just abusing the vision advantage, and Chaos simply aren't playing up to their speed. How many fights have started with just a lasso?
This lineup is going to push like crazy. You've got the Manta on Abaddon, so you pretty much get constant cursive awarenesses. He just his level 90 talent as well. So you've got the attack speed covered, now you've got the damage.
90 damage.
Yep.
Hell of a talent.
Talents are indeed hell of a drug.
I'm gonna see some difficulties now. Another issue, something I appreciate about BEASTCOAST and the way they've drafted this is because Bat can initiate, but specifically Abaddon and Clock can provide vision by just using their bodies and rockets. They're almost always getting that first jump. Chaos, outside of illusions, none of their heroes really want to enter a fight first. They need vision to act, and that's difficult to do when you just simply don't have words to play around.
Yeah, true. Doom has to choose up. He does not want to be the first one in, because otherwise you're just rolling thunder.
No, we've already seen.
You want to use Bigly, so he can frontline for you, but that kind of ruins how he's going to use his ultimate. And then Pango really needs setup. He does not want to be the first one in, because otherwise you're just rolling thunder.
No, we've already seen how talented BEASTCOAST are at the side steps.
Yeah.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
At least one of Quinn's ankles. See if they can snap the other off as they are up by 8,000 net worth at 29 minutes.
And luckily Quinn still has 9 more ankles thanks to his spider legs.
I don't think spiders have ankles.
Well, should have seen what I did to one on the court the other day.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Sure.
Never mind, Kev. It's not working.
Remember, Kyle, don't use sports references with me. I may be American, unlike Toby, but that doesn't mean I know more about sports.
That's true. It's fine. Some of you all have in common with our viewers. Like the Shivas, continue to capitalize on vision advantage and ensure you keep doing the job. When you're playing against a Doom, that's super important because we've yet to see a fight Chaos really started on their terms, with the exception of the one that BEASTCOAST kind of threw their bodies at them. But, you know, if you get a Doom, find that initial kill, song to counteract the Monkey King ultimate or a lasso, and then turn and fight. Like, that's a huge win for Chaos. They just haven't had that opportunity.
Constant outpost control, by the way, for BEASTCOAST. If they got the 10-minute one. I'm not sure if they got the 20-minute one, but they just got the 30-minute one.
And another thing they've got in this draft is, of course, the mobility. Monkey King, I love the choice to go for the tree dance talent. We've already, he's just across the map, no problem. You've got bots up on the Bat Rider and the Clockwork just sweeping from side to side. So it's partly why they're able to control these outposts so easily, because if they're off map, they could be anywhere.
Yeah, Abaddon can push out one lane, Monkey King can one-shot creep waves on another. So Naga Siren isn't actually able to get that usual map control you would expect. It's funny though, because they also have Pango who also one-shots creep waves. So it's just like, there's a lot of opportunities to get fast map control for both sides. It's just BEASTCOAST has been doing it better because, well, they've got the faster lineup for now. There's the MKB for
Radiant's
the
Pango is under attack.
The best damage dealing
Dire's middle tower is under
for
attack.
him after Diffuser Blade. Full on Aghanim Scepter for the Monkey King. That's going to make him super tanky and more damage while you're like sawing with stuff, right? You got more statues just out in an area. You're going to be able to catch him as they're doing Roshan. There's going to be a pick here on the Schofield. BEASTCOAST don't give a damn though. Losing tier 2, losing support, not a big deal because Roshan Aegis for a Monkey King means a lot for their team fight. Actually on the Enchantress rather than the Pango. It's Monkey Kings to be able to jump onto one, watch while go over the side, but now he's silent.
Quinn got there in time, but he didn't want a blind song.
Quinn almost caught. Bump back, and now he's dead before the Song of Siren can come in and save him. Same goes for SVG here as he's going to be silenced up. The heal over time is just not going to be enough. Does Naga Siren actually get up? I'm not so sure because the Monkey King, thanks to the Primal Dance, Primal Spring rather, he's going to be able to catch up pretty quickly. MS Stats, fortunately, is there with the telekinesis and a steal of the Primal Swing.
That was so well played from Beast Coast. They'd seen the Naga top. You are TP trying to go for a song steal, and they immediately teleport and sweep down towards bottom, catching out 2 Chaos heroes who were slow to retreat. Just playing, they're just fast around the map. It's been at least 10 kills so far this game, 15 plus in the series, that they legitimately just collected because Chaos was too slow to get out of an area of the map.
Damn it. He thought he was going to be cutting some creep waves. Instead, he popped into his doom.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Everyone's huge.
Yeah, Dire's top tower is under
winning
attack.
this game like this? Their draft
got
is
the style,
absolutely
man.
befuddling, and yet here they are, looking like they might even start Naga. They got AC up.
I really want to see how effective this style is against other teams, and if Beast Coast chooses to employ this style against other teams. Maybe it's just something about Chaos that they just know they can't handle this. Well, here it comes. Constant Curse of Avernus means the tier 3 drops real fast. And jump in from TM. Okay, that's one man's done. He's gonna pop his BKB and immediately goes for the Doom. Meanwhile, Lasso onto the side here. A big pickup on the Naga Siren. She's gonna pop her mantle. Yes, they do roll in, but the BKB is allowing them to just beat down on this Naga Siren despite the rolling. Despite the Naga Siren and a Doom that is completely ineffective. K1 Hector still at half HP. They didn't do a damn thing. Chaos, they buy back, yes, but you're out of tools to fight with. You don't have Song, you don't have Holy Thunder. Chris Lund, he says, I'm going to just go back in and let my team follow it up. And they're immediately going to get on top of DM here. He's dead. Nice buyback by him. Down the back line. He's going to be able to catch SVG as well. Chaos are realizing they don't have any tools to stop this flood of Beast Coast members inside their base, behind their tier 3, behind their tier 4s, all the way into the fountains almost if necessary. And it's there to hold him in place for a little bit of time. Chris Lund is just going to return back to dealing with some objectives. Remember, Coast, you threw a little bit in game 1 and diving too deep into the base. Just make it a clean finish to this series, if you would. Stun out, okay. Quick. Not going to jump on it.
I still don't understand that fight even started. Cap, how do they start? How do they initiate with a Lasso on a Naga? That's going to be a thing.
You are?
Dire's middle barracks are under attack.
Yeah, position.
How is Hector winning this game and then he's playing?
Oh, what a cock. Range grab 2 there and completely screwing up the wrong Thunder for Quinn unless he bounces back into 2. That's actually not too bad. Dual Scepter, Schofield trying to get out with the craggy coat. Lasso onto Quinn. He's dead. They were trying to fight 3 versus 5 because otherwise they were going to get Megas, but now they're going to get Megas and lose the fight. That's it.
They lost.
They should lose, but Chaos will find out. Got a Naga Siren lineup.
Like, they didn't just lose that fight, Cap. They got positively obliterated. Like, they lost like 7 or 8 heroes on Chaos in the entire base. And then they got a couple of kills. Fog just walked into the room cackling like a maniac. I have no idea, but obviously he's been enjoying it.
Hilarious, and honestly, I don't blame him. This is a funny game.
This got blasted off the map.
Some big cannons from Beast Coast. 37-21, 29,000 network.
Illusion.
Mega creeps every little bit of metric you could hope for to say you should win this game. But Chaos are going to fight on because they have a Naga Siren lineup. They've been told they have better late game. They've been told they outscale Beast Coast. So maybe, with hope and a prayer, they can stretch this game on long enough. They're going to have to give up SUG first to start this fight. It's MSS now going to be caught by the Lasso from Lelis. Take a second kill. Just the 2 supports, though. What about the cores? Can they catch those? Primal Spring, wrong direction. DM going to be spotted here at the Rocket Flare. Tags him for a second there, and sure enough, he's going to be able to get deals into, okay, Song, TP out. DM, you got a TP? He's got a TP in a second here. And he's good, but what about space? Still K1 Hector. You don't care about heroes. He cares about buildings and gold. Anything that will give him gold, he'll take it. And sure enough, he's just going to continue his...
Tango with spider legs and roll looks like dodging a little box.
What do you do, Sonic? Because he's at a ball? Bump him out, Schofield! Bump him out! Lock him inside their fountain, forcing the call to GG in Beastco. 2-0 the North Americans.
That wasn't just a 2-0. if I'm Beast Coast, they showed up and they said, let's just smash him. And that looked like a group of 5-year-olds let loose on a whack-a-mole with no parental supervision. Somebody should have called parents, stop that.